We're live. Hey, everybody.
Hey, y'all.
We are recording.
I don't know why I said y'all. I'm sorry.
We're recording from a Subaru Impreza. A new one from Mike Bruce.
That's not new.
Ish. New to you.
Yeah.
Anyways, so 2 topics we want to talk to you about. Where do you want to start?
Start with Gma.
So,
Gma and
Gpa. So, we went to visit my grandparents today. My grandfather is not doing well health-wise, but mentally I'd say he's
better than ever.
He's better than ever. And he is someone of really strong faith, so it's a very different perspective to talk to somebody at that stage in their life that has strong faith.
Yeah.
But really what we wanted to talk about was, we've been thinking this for a while, but we were in a conference in Dallas last weekend, and it was talking about building strong relationships and having what they call these board meetings.
Yeah, family board meetings. It's a really cool concept. One-on-one.
One-on-one, you dedicate time to spend with each other. And something that came to both of us was, we really need to talk to my grandparents and ask them questions. We've both lost grandparents that we didn't.
Yeah, I don't have grandparents left. My grandparents are her grandparents, and I always think of questions like, if I could ask Pap that, if I could just stupid stuff like about gardening, or one of the questions we asked today about her grandfather is, what is one thing you want us to know about you? And we knew the answer beforehand, so we had to ask what's the second thing. But the one thing he wanted us to know about him is his love for Jesus Christ, and that Jesus has made all things happen in his life. All great things have come from him. But he did give us a second thing, and that was a beautiful thing to be around and hear. So what I always say is like, man, just let's write down the questions we have for people. Just write them down. We all have cell phones, smartphones. Even Kim has a smartphone now.
That's a whole different story.
What?
You like gave it away.
Ah!
Like you just totally.
I'm so excited.
Stole it.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. We didn't discuss we weren't going to say it.
But anyways, the point is, just if you have the opportunity, take it. Make the time.
Make the opportunity.
Write the questions down. It wasn't some crazy conversation that we had today, but it was deep, and we got to talk about really cool things. And I think that maybe people are too nervous to ask those questions, or maybe like you have a grandparent that wouldn't be open to answering those kind of questions. Mine, thankfully, is. So that was really good.
Just take someone like me who just asks.
Yeah, Mike's the question asker.
You know what we asked? We were talking about, we have a trip to Israel coming up, and I said, we discussed, Pap, what happens if you die while we're in Israel? And I know certain people would be around and they'd be so offended by that question. He said, what do? You just enjoy Israel.
Yeah, he said, what do you mean?
What are you talking about? I said, thank you, sir.
But it's one of those things, honestly, that brings me so much peace.
Yeah.
Because just having that conversation has totally changed my perspective on that. So how much stuff in your life could you just have a conversation about? And it would make things so much easier for you.
We were given the gift of using words and having intelligence, and that's a beautiful thing we got from God. So why not use it with the people you love and learn more about the people. Learn who people are. Stop using these superficial, surface questions. Ask. If you don't know what questions to ask, I guarantee there's an app for it. I guarantee that you can. I know I have an app downloaded that on my Chromebook that is sorry for the washed out light, but we're driving off into the sunset. I have an app that it's literally like a card deck that just you hit a button, it brings up a new question, and that's for taking road trips. So figure out questions. Just Google questions to get to know someone, and you'll come up with superficial questions, and you'll come up with really good questions like what we asked Pap today. So what is one thing you want to know?
I love the how did you meet questions too. I love that. Especially so my grandparents met at square dance, which is hysterical. Didn't like each other at first. That's always my second question now.
Did you like each other?
Did you like them the first time you met them? And I said to my grandmother about her parents, because she was telling me some stuff about them, how did your parents meet? And she kind of laughed and said, to be honest with you, I have no idea. And that's really sad to me. So I'm thankful that I know that. So, I don't know. Just don't miss out on the opportunity. Make the opportunity. ask the questions, and I think that it brings a lot of peace to a lot of situations.
And it's so much fun. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to see Grandma and Grandpa for my whole Sunday afternoon. We used to be like that.
Yeah, right.
And now I'm just like, wait a second.
Yeah.
What a knowledge base that we are going to lose out on any day.
Right.
Any day. And but he loves God, and he is so excited to just be out of his painful body and to be in the glory of God
Restored.
very soon. And he is so excited for that.
Yeah.
God bless him. And he said today, he had a revelation recently reading the Bible. He said, I didn't realize until the last few years how many times the word grace is used in the Bible. And we were just talking about how he used to be 4 different people, and now he's one. He used to have, he'd have different language in 4 different scenarios. His church person, he was a different person at home, different person at work. Now he's been one person ever since he found God. It's cool.
Very cool. So that was our, kind of little spiel for the day.
Yeah.
The other thing we want to talk to you about, this is kind of more for me than Mike, because he's pretty much doing this, but we're going to, both of us, go a little bit more strict keto.
A lot more strict.
I was going to say, for me, a lot more. For you, probably not that much more. But the whole point of this is to simplify. And again, this is kind of a takeaway from our training in Dallas. What can you do to simplify your life? So we're going to just eat real foods without recipes. So chicken, vegetables. Like, I'm always looking for shepherd's pie, or how can I make...
And they're good. They're all keto.
Good.
A lot of them are keto, low carb.
It's not like cheats for us. I mean, it's still things that we would eat, but it's just switching it up. But we're going to go back to the basics. So when we were out today, we went to Sorgel's. They're...
This is not the basics.
Gluten-free shop?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's like their health food shop. They have a lot of gluten-free. Sorgel's Market's awesome.
Yeah, fantastic. And it's like one of the few places around that we can get stuff like this.
But eating healthy is cheap. Eating healthy is not cheap when we buy 8 of these at $3.50 a pop.
I can actually see it.
They're so tasty, but they're not necessary.
Not necessary.
So, like, we can feed ourselves 3 or 4 meals for $10.
You could get like a whole
each.
Chicken, right?
Or that thing is $3.50 and doesn't give you near the amount of nutrients and things you need. And I love them. They're great. They're great for travel.
Can we talk about what they are first? I mean, I know I zoomed in. So this is a bulletproof bar. This particular kind is the chocolate chip cookie, which we had for the first time in California and could not find it anywhere. Yeah. So that's why I bought 6.
Yeah, because they're impossible to find.
Yeah, so I was super excited.
Mint is good.
Yeah, so mint is awesome. But the point is, we're gonna probably eat our version of ice cream or something for dinner tonight.
Because we were feeling it.
So we know we're not gonna eat that stuff for a while. So we're gonna have it, appreciate it for what it is, and then
we can eat that stuff because we have recipes. If we feel like being less simplistic, we have recipes that are all healthy, not healthier. A lot of them just are healthy versions.
Oh, absolutely. But again, it's like, let's take even some of the stress. We don't really have that much stress around meal prep or anything like that. But let's just make it easy. Let's have meat out and let's eat vegetables.
Yeah.
And let's limit our dessert intake because we eat a lot of desserts.
Yeah. So that's where, I mean, I'm a believer that keto, for most people, is not a sustainable lifestyle, but it's a fantastic tool for anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks to a couple months. It depends on what your goals are and what you're looking to accomplish. But man, does it do wonderful things for your body.
Right.
Anti-inflammatory. It is a ketone is one of the most anti-inflammatory things on this planet. And like, we produce them in our body. We don't have to drink MCT oil. We don't have to take exogenous ketones, which means a supplement that makes them, or that gives us them. Our body makes them. Like, God is good. How cool is that? Our body makes something that allows us to run more efficiently. For some people, even need less sleep. For a lot of people,
that'd be good for me.
Right.
I need a lot of sleep.
If you have swollen ankles from whatever, I mean, like, you heal faster, you recover faster. All these things occur with a natural state of being that we can put ourselves in by just eating real food.
And if you want more information on that, how do you do it? How do you implement it? I know someone.
Wait a second. I'm a coach.
I know someone. Oh, this guy can help you.
I'm a health and wellness coach. I'm a Primal certified health coach. And one of the things that I love so dearly is ketosis.
He does.
As we just spoke of.
It does.
So,
Fasting, all that jazz. If you want
I
to
love
learn
fasting.
more,
I love geeking out. If
subscribe.
you've ever heard the word biohacking, I love biohacking. Is it necessary? No. Is any of this necessary? No. Just eat real food that does not cause you inflammation. So
I think that's it.
it's pretty
we're
basic.
good.
If you don't know how to find out what food's causing you inflammation, that's where a coach comes into play. If you just want to do it yourself, look up Mark's Daily Apple. marksdailyapple.com or Bulletproof Executive or Rob Wolf. All these guys have little things you punch in your email. They'll give you a week-long email list of how to become paleo, how to become keto. And the truth is, that's exactly how I learned originally. And then I just dove in way deeper. But I lost tons of weight, felt amazing, lost all my inflammation, all my joint pain, all my headaches, all my bloating, diarrhea, constipation, pimples everywhere, back, face, neck, whatever, chest.
So when you were saying pimples, I was going like this awkwardly, and I realized that because I was going to say, like, okay, we got it. We got it.
But it's just like all these issues.
Yeah.
They all went away within a couple weeks of me eating right and finding out what worked for me. And I literally just used people's websites that put it out there for free. I didn't pay for a coach. But if you need the accountability, I'm here. It's that simple.
What starts with food?
Life starts with food. That's our
Oh, a jingle.
new jingle.
A new jingle.
Life starts
All right,
with
guys.
food.
That's it for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.